What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another predicted lineup for the big game at the Etihad. 5:30 p.m. kickoff. Man City against Tottenham. We're travelling up to Manchester early tomorrow morning.
Are we going to weather the storm?
Yeah, we're definitely we'll try and weather the storm, that's for sure. I think we'll get past the actual weather, but if we could actually weather the storm on the pitch is a different story. But Antonio Conte's press conference has been done, and what is the team news?
So Dyer's back in contention, which is very good news for Tottenham. Ollie Skip, unfortunately, has had a bit of a setback, so he remains out. Jafford Tanganga also remains out, and there is an unnamed COVID case, so we're not sure who it is. But there is one player who Conte confirmed won't be playing tomorrow. So as we're not sure who it is, we will go ahead and act as if there's no one.
Yeah. Great stuff. So let's get into the predicted lineup. We're going to go for a 3-5-2 formation today, mixing it up a bit, seeing as we do need to pack that midfield against a very good Manchester City side. In goal is obviously going to be Hugo Lloris.
Of course, captain, and he's gonna be very busy tomorrow, isn't he? So he's gonna have to be on top of his game if we're gonna get any points. But of course, yeah, Hugo has to start.
Right wing back, toss up between Doherty and Emerson, and we're gonna go with Emerson for this one.
I just feel like we need his pace. We need someone with, I think he's a bit better defending as well than Doherty, and we need someone, not just that. We need someone who is able to provide an option. When we do have the ball, and I think we need someone who's a bit of an outlet and able to be a bit of an outball. And as much as Emerson might not be the best player on the ball, I think he's definitely going to be able to provide more of an option than Doherty would on the ball when we're trying to get out.
And moving on to the centre-back positions, on the right-hand side, we're going to go to a return to the right for Christian Romero.
And I think that's probably the best role for him right now, considering who we have available. And considering his leadership skills, I think he's much more suited probably to the right than the centre. And I'm looking forward to him returning to that role. And for the first time, hopefully, he'll have a leader next to him.
Yeah, definitely. So Romero on the right. In the middle is a return to the lineup, hopefully for Eric Dyer, a player who we've been missing desperately over the last couple of games.
Yeah, and I think in this kind of game, it's going to be crucial to Tottenham having a settled back line. He's going to have to be ordering people around, making sure everyone's doing their jobs. The last couple games, it hasn't been that way, and it's been clear and evident that our back line for long periods just hasn't been organised, and hopefully Dyer can bring that to us.
Definitely. And also, he's one that always steps up against Man City. He always seems to have a good game against Man City, whether he's on good form or bad form. So it'll be a welcome return to Eric Dyer in the middle of that back three. On the left of the back three, we're going to stick with Ben Davies.
Yeah, and there could be an argument to say maybe it might be worth putting one of the other three centre-backs on the left and having Davies, because maybe he's not such a physical defender as opposed to the other ones. But I think he's still very composed, and I still think his ability when on the ball to play accurate passes can potentially be quite crucial when we're trying to play out or trying to at least find some counters. So I think Davis just gets the nod.
Yeah, so as a back three of Romero, Dyer and Davis. On the left wing back, we're going to go for Sergio Reguilón.
Yeah, he didn't play last game. Sessegnon obviously started and was off after 25 minutes. Yeah. So Reguilón definitely comes back in, and it's he's going to, again, have his work out. But last game against City, he was great. Against Mahrez, so hopefully he can have a similar performance.
Yeah, definitely. So let's run through that back line with you one more time. So it's Hugo Lloris in goal, Emerson on the right, Reguilón on the left, and a back three of Romero, Dyer and Ben Davies. In terms of the midfield three, we're going to give a return to the starting lineup to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and hopefully that rest would have done him good.
Yeah, hopefully refreshed. Hopefully he's going to be back to his best. Didn't play a minute at all. Didn't even come on against the last game against Wolves City, which is it's a bit of a surprise. You thought even if he didn't start, he might come on because he usually does. But he didn't. I think he was rightfully dropped / rested for the last game, but I think he has to come in for this game. We need his combativeness And we need players to make things awkward for the City midfielders. Otherwise, they're just going to play around us. So he's going to be crucial.
And alongside him, we're going to go for Harry Winks, who definitely needs a better performance. And I trust that will happen if it is a midfield three.
Yeah, and I think his best performances are coming in this formation. And against Liverpool, I thought he was exceptional. Some of the passes he was playing over the top to players running beyond the defence was something that we need in this game. And hopefully, if he continues that kind of vein of passing and performance, then we can create some chances in this game. I think he actually could be crucial to whether we actually create chances in this game or not.
Interesting. So that's Højbjerg and Winks, and to make up the middle three is going to be a Rodrigo Bentancur.
And it's going to be the first time I think we've seen him in midfield three. I'm hoping anyway, even though we've had... Obviously, we only have 3 fit centre mid, so whether Conte thinks it's a risk to play all 3 of them at the same time remains to be seen. But I thought Bentancur was fairly decent on his debut, although him and Winks, I didn't think it kind of worked up against the Ruben Neves and Dendoncker and Kundal. I think they struggled, to be honest. But I think him personally, individually, I thought he had a decent game. And hopefully with players next to him, he will have more support and he can get more out of him.
Yeah, so that's a midfield three of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Harry Winks and Rodrigo Bentancur. And I think the front 2 players pretty much pick themselves with Harry Kane and Heung-min Son as well.
And they're obviously going to have to play on the last shoulder of the City defenders. The City defenders, we all know, commit a lot of risk, just like Liverpool at the back. They push all the way up to the halfway line and they try to squeeze you and try and suffocate you. So it's our job to try and find the right passes in behind at the right time to create chances. And I think that there will be opportunities for us. The risk they play with, they give you opportunities, but it's just very rarely because they're so good at keeping the ball. They're also so good at suffocating you when they lose the ball and they're pressing and everything like that. So it's going to be difficult, but if we do get opportunities to spring on them, there's going to be space to attack. And hopefully Son and Kane can exploit that.
Yeah, and that's why Son has been so vital for us in the Man City games over the years, because of that kind of the risk that they do take and pushing the defence up. So that gives the opportunities for players like Sonny to get in behind and really spring on them. So if we can get some good balls over the top from an Eric Dyer, from a Harry Winks, from even a Bentancur, then maybe we can find joy. It's all about keeping it tight at the back, though. If we can find these joys,
that's the thing. That's what I don't. But honestly, I back us to create chances. I've said it consistently. I think there will be chances for us, but it's whether when we're our backs against the wall, whether we can hold out on and upon the pun weather the storm. Whether that happens, that's what I'm doubtful about.
All right, well, let's get into the lineup one more time. It's Hugo Lloris in goal, a back 3 of Romero, Dyer and Davies, Reguilon on the left, Emerson on the right, who are going to be so vital for us in this game, with Bentancur, Winks and Højbjerg in the middle, with Kane and Son up top. What is our score predictions going into it?
I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to get us to say we're going to get a goal, probably through Son, and City will get 3.
You know what, yeah, my prediction originally was 3-0. Seeing after we spoke to Aravind on the pre-match show, I mean, he did instill a bit of confidence in me, so I'm going to follow your scoreline and go 3-1. So that is where we're at the moment. That is our predicted lineup. I want to know what your score predictions are and what your predicted lineups are in the comments section below. We'll be up in Manchester tomorrow morning. So look out for the content coming up from Manchester, and Sai and Stel will be here in the studio for the watch along. Just a quick note that the post-match fan show won't be as usual, as David Harris will be doing it from Ireland. So call in to David Harris and speak to him after the game. It's going to promises to be a good fan show, obviously, with David Harris running the stream. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.